what the performance of Ewan McGregor is doing in the film as Sionis is a very funny performance, but I come to think that basically because of the fact that I don't find this movie very funny, and I really don't think it's a comedy, I consider it much more of just a action drama. I interpret his performance as just really bizarre and strange in the movie, and he takes away a lot of what could be an intimidating villain and makes just a humorous villain. Just a hysterical villain who, like, even in the scene where he forces a woman on a table and makes her take off her dress, I
find that scene very upsetting.
I don't find that scene upsetting. Like, I find the situation of a woman being forced to go up on a table and take off her dress upsetting.
Obviously, sure.
But his performance, it's just like him going like, cut it off now. He's like, it's just, he's so hammy and cheesy in it, and it takes what could be an upsetting scene, in my opinion, and makes it just nothing. Like, and I really feel like that's not a way to describe like a lot of this movie, but I just really feel like his performance, to me, I interpret as bad. And Zaz as well. I think Chris Messina is bad as Zaz in this movie.
I'm totally down for what they're giving me in that. That's so funny.
That's, you see, but I'm going to say right up front, I am the person, once again, it seems like I'm always this person. I'm the person who is coming in with, I have a lot of opinions about Harley Quinn as like a character, and I have a lot of opinions of Zaz's character in comics as well, and this Zaz is pretty lame representation of that character.
Okay, I believe that.
But sort of taking that away from it, I just don't think Zaz works as an intimidating character. I don't think that, like Sionis, once again, their performances are more funny to me, and because I don't find the rest of the movie funny in any way, once again, I shouldn't say in any way, like sequences like he forces Cassandra to like throw a bomb out of a window is funny. There's like moments of humor to this movie, but overall I really don't consider it a comedy. And
well, okay, you saying it's not funny is different than not considering it a comedy. You know what I mean? Like, you going Birds of Prey is a superhero drama is you deciding the movie is something that it's not.
No, it's me saying that it's too tonally all over the place to qualify as anything, actually. I think it's just
this movie feels so locked in for me. That's crazy.
Man. Well, that's
I just don't see how I don't see where the disparate tone, because it's all just kind of this like heightened, it's all camp. To me, it's a very campy movie in that, like, the performances are camp, the violence has its weird moments of camp that, like, you know, the whole idea of her just, you know, laying down a fucking police station, which is probably my least favorite scene in the movie.
Yeah, I don't like that scene
even in my least favorite scene in the movie of her laying down the police station, I still sat there going, like, fucking, like, good for them for finding a narrative decision for why everything's so colorful. You know what I mean? Where it's like, let's, like, if everything's going to be colorful and the point of this movie is that it's like big and colorful and silly and weird, let's not just have it be that we decided everything's going to be pink and purple. Let's have it be that, like, someone's fucking firing confetti shotguns. Like, I like those narrative choices that within the movie we are creating the reason for the big silly things.
See, and that just bothered me because I was like, there's no way.
Halfway.
For me, that sequence is just stupid because it's so unbelievable to me that she would be taken down by all the cops there. Whatever. And and this kind of relates to the movie feeling tame for me. I'm just wondering why Harley isn't murdering them. I'm kind of wondering that the entire time. And I get that this is a movie that maybe children are going to be seeing and we don't want to show Harley Quinn murdering people, but she's fucking Harley Quinn.
Though.
It's R-rated, and I interpret that scene as very tame. And if you interpret this movie as camp, then we will be at complete juxtaposing opinions this entire time, because I think this movie feels like it's trying to be serious to me. Like, there's not enough humor in it for me to find it campy, and so I do interpret character performances like Rosie Perez. I interpret her as very bad. I think she is, like, doing a really bad job in this movie. However, if I was looking at a performance as a camp performance, then maybe I could lock into it. But for some reason, I don't lock into this movie as camp. I lock into this movie as like a kind of a slightly serious movie with moments of humor and charm, but mostly a serious movie.
In the text of the movie, both voiceover and multiple people commenting on it, they say Rosie Perez talks like she's in an 80s cop movie. That is like in the text, that is how her character behaves.
Well, I guess
so.
I found this just a failure as a comedy because I found none of these jokes funny.
But I guess what I'm saying is that, but it's still for you to be like, her performance is bad. I don't see what she's doing. And it's like, she's playing this kind of like stilted over serious character. And it's in the text that is what's happening. That's not even like my interpretation. You know, I've heard people talk about, there are versions of like theories or whatever, fan conversation online where people say that like, since this is a movie told from Harley's perspective, that in the sequence of the police station, she probably is in fact killing everyone. And just that in her perspective, her memory, her story, she is beanbagging and confetti bombing. That's not my interpretation. I think that the bit is that right. No, I prefer to just suspend my disbelief and be like, yeah, she beanbagged and confetti bombed her way into a police station because she's like a cartoonish jester villain. Like that's a thing I am way more game for than like it's her secret delusion. Like
yeah. But I still think I need a level of believability to that scene, and my believability is thrown out the window that one person armed only with a beanbag gun can somehow like take down a police station full of cops. And to say on the Rosie Perez character, just because you put a line in a narrative moment saying this lady talks like an 80s person doesn't mean you can just build a cliched character who says nothing but cliched lines the entire time and expect it to be a characterization that I can connect with if I don't connect to this movie as camp. So I disagree with your opinion.
I guess.